What up, world? It's your boy Big Willie, aka the Pac Mac. And as always, I am blessed and happy to see you. Oh my goodness, it's a good day. It's Deck Tech Friday, and you know what? We gonna stay scheming and just trying to get at me. Yo, hey, so this is one of my pride and joy decks. Like I didn't want to do this one so soon, but felt like I kind of needed to. Um, and I need to start building some new stuff. I really need to start building some new stuff. But um, this deck's called Stay Schemin, and the commander for it is Raffine Scheming Seer. Um, Esper, he's a 1/4 Sphinx demon. Um, Flying with Ward 1. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature connives X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. So basically, like, we are very, like, we're getting Rafine out and we are going to combat, like, as soon as possible. Like, the goal is to scheme and draw a good chunk of the deck. Like, usually I'm like, if I didn't draw a third of the deck, then either I lost too quickly or I don't know. I don't know. But the goal is to draw a lot of cards and do a lot of things with all these cards. Let's go ahead and get into it and get into some of the stuff we got and point out some of the really cool stuff that we're working with. We got, of course, Arcane Signet, Azorius Signet. I think we're running every like 2-color signet in here. A lot of 2 mana rocks. Biden Athasa, draws his cards. Drawing cards wins games. Crawl space, because later on in the game, like, I tend to become a target. I tend to become a target a lot. So, it is what it is. I ain't tripping. Hey, do what you do. Shoot your shot. Don't miss, bro. So crawl space is there to protect us, so no more than 2 creatures can attack us. Crucible Worlds, of course, we're discarding a lot of cards, so let's be able to play those lands out of here. Currency Converter, one of my favorite cards in the deck, because like this can out of nowhere just like get you value. Whether it's getting me treasure tokens, whether it's getting me dudes, like it gets you value. It's so good. Like, this card is really, really good and needs to be reprinted some more. Demir Signet, Felwar Stone, Library of Ling. Of course, like, if something forces me to discard, which Raffine forces me to discard, we can go ahead and put that on top of the library instead. So, like, hey, it's a working thing. Orzhov Signet, Soul Ring, Talisman of Dominance. Pretty much, like I said, a lot of 2-mana rocks. And, of course, Time Sieve. Time Sieve is one of the win conditions. Yes, we're running Tivit combo, because, like, why not? Why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I need to take him out the deck because we just took him out the deck. Let's see. Let's go to creatures. We got Academy Manufacturer, Aerial Extortionist. Aerial Extortionist is really cool. One of those cards that, like, I just like it because of the fact that, it gets, people are going to cast spells from anywhere other than their hand a lot in Commander. And this could draw us a lot of cards. But then when you sit there and make copies of this guy, and every time you're exiling things, whenever he attacks or enters the battlefield, like, it can get out of hand really quickly and then help me draw more cards. And it's crazy because I draw so many cards and I'm not running like Thoracle in here, but I could easily like put Thoracle Consultation in this deck. You know what I'm saying? And it would work, I mean, hell. We got so many things that revives creatures in this deck that it's like, hey, putting a Thoracle in here is not a bad idea. and it may be a thing I may do in the future, but I'm not really a CDH guy. But anyways, we got Aerial Extortionist, All Seeing Arbiter, of course. Like, hey, look, when we get All Seeing Arbiter out and we have Raffine out, whenever we discard cards, we are doing dumb things. Let's go. Cartographer's Hawk. In case somebody's winning the land race, we want to be able to get there. Chasm Skulker, just great, great overall. Allows me to go wide, which is super good for Raffine because, the whole deal is to go wide as much as possible and, do some good stuff. Drannith Magistrate, one of the best hate bears. Like one of the best hate bears, just period. Melinda and Azor, that helps you draw some cards. Hullbreaker Horror, we already know. Lavinia, another really good hate bear that no one expects, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Ooh, wait, what?" Ooh. Ledger Shredder, of course. Lorian of the Third Path, great card. Mercurial Spell Dancer, of course, everyone's favorite. Orcish Bowmasters. I can't believe that is so much money still. Quasar, she's great. You have her out and you just do like all the dumb things. Sarah Paragon, like I said, another way to revive stuff from my graveyard. We're going to go ahead and get it. Shieldred the Apocalypse. The only Shieldred I ever gotten is in this deck. It happened to be a foil one too. I haven't changed all the little. I plan on for this deck specifically because this deck is it's my baby. It's my baby. It's one of the ones that I would say like is my baby, but this one like is definitely like it's really near and dear to my heart. I pull out Raffine, I am really like trying to win and not try to do dumb things. I'm trying to win. My Shieldred is the the alt art foil one, the one that's not the cool one, but like the Dominaria United one that was just the alt art with the stained glass and everything. Really cool. Spark Double, more people should play this card. It's one of the best clones, period. Cloning Raffine with it is so dumb. Let's see, we got Starscream. I like Starscream a lot because, of course, like whenever he's out and I'm the Monarch, hey, look, whenever I draw a card, target opponent loses 2 life, and that could end up getting very out of hand with Raffine when we draw, a ton of cards. So, like, hey, it's a thing. It's a real thing. It's great. Sun Titan's almost always the MVP. There's so many 2s and 3s in this deck that's just like, yo, Sun Titan. Tenacious Underdog. You know what I'm saying? Super good little 2-drop guy. Thieving Skydiver. I think this guy is very, very, very underrated. I think that if you're playing blue, you should play this card because there is nothing like stealing somebody else's soul ring. And especially when they are playing greedy and they are like, oh, well, I kept this hand because I had a land and a soul ring, and then you just immediately steal it, and it's just like, just throwing that out there. Thieving Skydiver, it's 50 cents. Like, this card is really, really good in Commander. Like, I don't know why a lot more people aren't playing it. Just saying. Tivit, we already talked about him earlier. Like, that's the combo win. Him and Time Seed. You see Time Seed right there. Yeah, we gonna make some treasures. They're gonna give us clues. We're gonna sack them all to go ahead and take another turn, and hopefully the skies are clear and we just get there. And if they ain't, we'll hopefully draw into something that'll help us clear out the skies, and we'll get there. Let's go. Toulouse Clever Conductor, another like kind of currency converter type deal that like, hey, look, I'm gonna discard to him, and then all of a sudden he dies, and then I'm just like, yo, fan out the hand, let's go. And then of course Ulamog the Infinite, aka Wrath Insurance. I mean, not Wrath Insurance, but Mill Insurance. And it's Ulamog. Ulamog's my favorite of the Eldrazi Titans. Like, I love Mommy Emrakul, but Ulamog's my dude. Ulamog, that's me. That's my guy. We got one Planeswalker in here, Ashiok Dreamrender, because he exhausts graveyards. Period. Like, and he makes it to where opponents can't search their libraries. Really, really good. I also got the littlest Planeswalker here for him, like, because I happen to get that secret lair. I traded for it, but gotta flex when I can. There's some flexes in this deck that like I hadn't made the changes, but there's some flexes. There's some flexes. Enchantments, we got Brave the Sands. Very, very underrated card. Gives all of our dudes vigilance, and we can block an extra creature. I think that card is super great, and I'm so glad I have one in here. And it's 2-drop. Call the Ring. Like I said, another underrated card. You saw me with the you saw my balling with the Wraith deck. Like, this card is good, and the Ring Tempting You is really, really good. I'm just saying. Land tax, of course. Ominous Seas. Oh my goodness, like one of the best cards. I have a foil one in this deck, and it's a foil original one. But, flexing. I'm sorry. But you know what I'm saying? We're drawing too many cards. Why not make 8/8s at the same time? Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Oversold Cemetery. Hey, we're discarding a lot of cards. Hey, we're going to have creatures in our graveyard. If we got 4 or more, hey, let's bring some of these guys back. Once again, I should put Thoracle in this deck. I'm not putting Thoracle in this deck unless if I decide to play CDH. That's just a me thing. I don't. I'd rather win Mazes in. Shout out to the 42 land surprise. Psychic Corrosion. Hey, we're drawing a lot of cards. Why not mill people and see if they have mill insurance? You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember back in the day when like EDH was like the beginning, like Shuffle Titans were like everywhere, and now they're like nowhere to be found. And I'm just like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, having mill insurance is a real thing. But also, since we're drawing like 20 million cards, having mill insurance is a real thing. But rabble rousing, one of my favorite hideaway of the new Capenna hideaways. Like, this makes dudes, and it keeps making dudes, and it keeps making dudes, and then it just makes my connives that much bigger. Like, going wide is real. Like, rabble rousing is a good card. You should play that card. Rogue class gives our guys evasion, and also allows us to exile cards from our opponent's libraries. Let's do that. All right, so then let's get over to the sorceries. We got Void Rin, a spot removal is always good. Vampiric Tutor, we run into tutors in here. We run into various protections, Sword to Plowshares, March of Swirling Mist. Card is great. People should play that card. It's super great. Lethal Scheme. I do like it because you can kind of play it for free. You sit there and can vote, but then each of them get to connive, and hey, that's what we want to do with this deck. Grand Crescendo. Hey, that's Wrath Insurance. I've Grand Crescendoed for 0 just so I can protect all my guys from a Wrath. But usually I try to get it for like at least 2 or 3, you know what I'm saying, depending on what the hand is looking like and what's going on. But yeah, Grand Crescendo, great card. Makes dudes. Protects your guys. Force of Negation. Only time that's where I definitely have more than a playset of Force of Negations, and I'm happy about having more than a playset of Force of Negation because that card is great. And, of course, I play Modern sometimes. One day we'll do a Modern Deck Tech, but it's just right now all, like, the state of Modern is weird, and I did not get much Modern Horizons 3. And I'm sad about that. But it's okay. It's all right. We're going to figure things out. We going to be all right. We got an Enlightened Tutor in here. Commit to Memory. I've kept this in here just because like getting memory off every now and then is just really, really good for this deck. And it's another mill insurance type card. So, and an offer you can't refuse because it's an offer you can't refuse. You just can't. Good counterspell. Really, really good counterspell. Let's go down to the sorceries real quick. Of course, we got Demonic Tutor. We got Dread Return. Hidden Strings. It has there's a deck called Hidden Strings. So that should tell you something. Like this card is a really, 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 really good card. It has Cipher, and it's a really, really, really good card. So I would highly suggest if you're playing a combat oriented type deck and you need to be able to tap or untap some things sometimes, Hidden Strings is really worth looking at. Like, that's a good card, and it's a common, and it's only 35 cents. Now, the one I have in here is foil, and it's a foil original one. So, like, once again, flexing, but, hey, sometimes you got the ability to, and you should. Make an Example is a very, very funny, good wrath. You force everybody to separate their creatures into two piles, and you basically say, hey, yeah, that pile's gone. That pile's gone. That pile's gone. And it's only for your opponent's stuff. So it's like one of those, like, hey, look, like, it's a situational wrath, but it's also one of those, like, it only affects your opponent's stuff. So, like, you're going to have them make some painful decisions. Mm-hmm. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And I also have a foil one for some reason. I got I got it out of a promo pack out of nowhere. I don't know whether that's a different price or something. Like I said, I'm gonna make changes. Eventually. It is 5 a.m. and I am like restless right now, and I will make the changes to show what the versions I have in this deck for real, because I have some pretty cool things in this deck, and like I said, this is the deck I would probably, between that and Hamza, one of those two would be foiled out first. I don't know which one. It's probably this one, because I did get the Baller Raffine for this deck, even though I got the Baller Hamza for that deck too. Stolen Identity, the once again Cipher cards. Hey, we're combat oriented, so the Cipher cards are really good, and creating copies of something is super, super good. Supreme Verdict, one of the best wraths, because it can't get countered. Victimize, hey, look, it's going to get us the eyes back. Like I said, there's a lot of graveyard recursion in this deck because we're discarding a lot of cards. So, let's be able to bring them back. Writ of Return, Cipher cards. Enough said. Oh my goodness. And then last but not least, the lands. Of course, we got Watery Grave, we got Takenuma, we got 3 of each basic. So there's enough basics in here. So we passed the basic check. Because that's something, like, if you've noticed, like, I am susceptible to Winter Orb or Winter Moon or whatever. Like, I'm just saying, I'm spitting out game, and y'all know, you want to beat me, play Winter Moon, play Blood Moon. Like, I respect it. But I'm also, like, susceptible to it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just one of them things. But that's why I'm running a lot of rocks. I got rocks. We got Sunken Ruins, Sunken Hollow, Rogue's Passage, Raffine's Tower, of course. Prairie Stream, Polluted Delta. Like I said, 3 of each basic. We got Otawara, Soaring City, one of the best lands, period. Oh my goodness. Love that card. Obscura Storefront. Mystic Gate, Morphic Pool, Marsh Flats, Isolated Chapel, Island, Hingegate Pathway, Havengul Laboratory. Cannot stress how much this card is, like, really, really decent, and it's really, really cheap. But it's also like you can sit there and just, like, out of nowhere, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I just cracked 3 clues, and flip this land, and then all of a sudden I'm reviving something out of my graveyard. Once again, graveyard recursion is real. That's why you should run Grave Hate. Hallowed Fountain, Godless Shrine, Blooded Strand. Um, let's see, Fetid Heath, Exotic Orchard, Drowned Catacombs, Deserted Beach, Command Tower, and Ash Barrens. And that is my Raffine Scheming Seer deck. Like I said, we stay scheming. We stay scheming. We stay scheming. But what do y'all think? I know, like I said, I could make some CDH changes, and I maybe will. Like, eventually, I'm going to make some changes out of this deck, too, because I see some cards in here that I'm like, yo, I ran this card in here, but I'm just like, like I had Lear in the deck for a good while, but I was like, oh, no, Lear, like, he's great and all, but it's just that if their spells can't be countered either. And I'm not even running that much control magic, that much counter magic, you know what I'm saying? But, I decided to just take him out. And like Alinda and Azor, as much as I like them, I believe I can put something better in here. And everyone's probably going to be like Thassa's Oracle. I just don't like winning with Thassa's Oracle. I'm just saying, I've seen so many people do Consultation Thassa's Oracle combo in CDH, and I know that's like that's like the rage over there, and I'm just like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look up like whatever like the ranking of this deck is, because I am running like quite a few tutors and all sorts of stuff. It says Assault Sum is 52.25. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I never knew about like the salt thing, and I think power level is a spectrum that not everybody follows, so once they come out with whatever rankings that they do with the rankings, it's a thing. But until then, I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you ever want to check it out or play against me with it, like, let me know, like, for real. One day in the future I will be on Spell Table, but I'm just I got to get my life together. I'm just gonna be real about that. I'm recording on a Chromebook, so, and you can't run Spell Table on this Chromebook for some reason, and it sucks. It's frustrating. It's frustrating, but it's all right. Enough about that. I am rambling now. I hope y'all liked it. Don't forget, remember, it is all about the gathering. Like, period, full stop. Like, please be kind to each other. Be nice. Do good things. It is the holiday season, after all. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get some sleep and get up in the morning, do some edits, and go to work, because I have to work today too. So, I hope y'all are having a great day. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all that jazz, and holla at ya boy. Peace. Camera's over here. What are you doing with it?